Hello, I am Ismail, and I'm going to be talking about Black Elk's great vision. Understanding Black Elk's history and life are essential to understanding his vision. Black Elk was born in December 1863 at a site located on what is now the state of Wyoming. Following the Lakota way of measuring time, known as winter counts, he was born in the winter when the four Crows were killed on Tongue River. Black Elk lived a long life and was a man of many facets. He fought in the Battle of Little Bighorn and survived the Wounded Knee Massacre in 1890. Black Elk was a medicine man, an educator of his culture, and an artist. He even performed in Europe as part of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, where he also learned some English. After the passing of his first wife, he converted to Roman Catholicism. He was Christian with the name of Nicholas, later becoming a catechist, teaching others about Christianity. His conversion to Catholicism was confusing for many. However, biographer John Siwny addressed this duality in 2020, explaining that Nick did not see reason to disconnect from his vision life after converting to Catholicism. Was Black Elk a true Lakota in the second half of his life? Yes. And was he also a real Christian? Yes, some could say. In the early 1930s, over the course of several days, Black Elk spoke with John Neidhart, which led to the publication of the book Black Elk Speaks. The book served as a medium for Black Elk to share not only his vision, but also other significant events in his life and the Sioux history. Black Elk's great vision came when he was 9 years old. That is about 30 years younger than the statistical average age for vision seeing. However, childhood visions are not uncommon among holy men. Black Elk's vision is full of symbolism, complicated images, and cultural significance that have been given different meanings by the people who have studied it. The story of Black Elk's great vision started one morning when he was out riding with his friends. After riding for a while, they dismounted to get some water from a creek. At that moment, Black Elk's legs gave out. His friends helped him to get back onto his horse, and they returned to his lodge. By the end of the day, he was feeling dreadfully sick, and by the next day, his arms were badly inflamed. That day, while he was resting, he peered through an opening and saw the same two men he had already seen in other visions since he was younger. They were thunderbands. Thunderbands are spirits that can take many forms. In the Lakota culture, they play different roles. It is said that when they come from the West, they bring fear and destruction. However, according to Young, in a publication of 2017, in a conversation he had with an elder, he explained that they are making way for new life to exist. They do not intentionally mean to cause harm. It's just what they are. These two men, the Thunderbirds, said, "Make haste. The grandfather's request, your presence." Then they returned to the clouds where they came from. As Black Elk stood, he noticed that his legs no longer hurt him. Then a little cloud came from the sky, picked him up, and followed the two men flying. The fact that Black Elk's legs did not hurt him and that he was so light that he could ride on a little cloud confirms that it was his towahgan making this great journey. Another relevant aspect at this point is that Black Elk's sickness. As his towahgan would be gone for 12 days with the grandfathers, it makes sense that they would find a way to make his physical body stay put during that time. That's why he was like in a kind of coma. After his ride on the little cloud, Black Elk and the two men arrived in what he described as a world of clouds and mountains. At this point, many would think that the spiritual world would be something more surreal, magic. However, for the Aboriginal people, the spiritual world is just a reflection of the natural world. The vision continues with a set of events that many people believe are a representation of other episodes he would later go through in his life, like the before mentioned Battle of Little Bighorn and the Wounded Knee Massacre. The vision ends when Black Elk leaves the grandfathers to return home. In this part, he tells how he looks back to see the spotted eagle and the rainbow teepee where he was with the grandfathers disappear. Then he sees his own village and hurries towards it. When he enters his teepee, he sees his parents attending a sick boy who was himself and then regains consciousness. He mentions to Neidhart that he felt sad because his parents did not understand where he had been. As mentioned before, the interpretations given to Black Elk's vision are diverse. Some believe that his conversion to the Catholic faith later in his life influenced the description of his visions. Others think that his vision was unfulfilled because the unity and revitalization of the Lakota Nation or humankind in general did not occur. Fraser, in an article published by The New Yorker, discusses that Black Elk Speaks portrays the holy man as despairing at the end because he considered himself a failure at protecting and aiding his people. According to him, that despair was the main false note of the book. Black Elk lived for 19 years more after telling Neidhart his vision. Fraser also refers to a photo of him late in his life, which shows a hale old man with a smooth, serene, ancient-looking face. He wears a buckskin shirt and carries a stone pipe. Clearly, his vision kept him strong. On the other hand, May Lee, in a publication of 2017, mentions that perhaps he has fulfilled his duty to the grandfathers in death, since so many people all over the world have been inspired by his life. However, regardless of the fulfillment of the vision, and even if its historical accuracy and worth are doubted, Black Elk's vision provides documentation of Lakota life, culture, and religion for the future generations. His powerful and unparalleled vision will survive in the memory of his people and those who seek knowledge and wisdom. Thank you.